going on, everybody? Welcome back to all my Crime Center junkies. So today we got another reaction video. We're going to be doing this one that I got sent to me. Apparently this guy goes crazy in the courtroom. I have no idea what he's there for or anything, so we're going to find out together and see the reason why he ends up going off. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Oh, don't forget, hit that like and subscribe. I really appreciate y'all for doing that, man. Let's go.
Your Honor, may it please the court. I'm going to be brief. This was a heinous crime, Judge.
Oh.
This was horrible in a lot of ways, but most importantly, because this was a minor child.
Okay, so he's in there for some really gross stuff. He did something to a child
Who almost assuredly didn't fully understand what was going on with somebody who was entrusted to love her and to protect her. However, Your Honor, this is not indicative of who Mr. Welk is as a person. Yes, he has a record. Yes, he has been to prison.
So he did something to a kid that was in his trust. So he was either babysitting somebody or something. And then his attorney's going to go on to say he's not a bad person. Oh, even though he has a big record. Come on, man. I wonder if these defense attorneys ever feel bad that they represent like the lowest scum of the earth. Some people are innocent. I get that. The majority are not.
But it's mainly in the past been for drug offenses, I believe some theft offenses, nothing of this magnitude. On this day, and this is not an excuse, Judge, for his behavior.
So this guy has no respect for anybody. He did something to a kid. He violated that kid. He steals from people who work hard for their stuff. He does drugs, so he doesn't care how the people around him feel or how he treats them. This is not a good guy.
But on this day, Mr. Welk was drinking a lot, was highly intoxicated.
There we go. Blame it on
and
that.
took advantage of his stepdaughter.
Oh my God, bro. This dude did something to his stepdaughter. He's not a bad person. He just did something to his stepdaughter that he didn't mean to because he was drinking. Man, stop it, man. You know how many times I used to drink back in the day? And no matter how drunk I got, passing out at parties, I never forgot what exactly happened that whole time. That is a cop-out. That's an excuse. You're a sick person. You did something you thought you were going to get away with. You got caught. That's the only reason why you're sorry. That's sick, man.
Since the day I met him, he is in disbelief that he did this. He has expressed to me his remorse and his sadness.
He's only remorseful and sad that he got caught. Remember that.
And how he hurt her, how he hurt his wife, how he hurt the rest of his family. He knows, Your Honor, that he's going to be spending a lot of time in jail coming up. I know there's discretion with the plea with how much time that equates to. This court has a lot of discretion with that. Earlier in chambers, the state and I presented to the court a joint recommendation for 8 years.
This guy better not get 8 years. He better not get 8 years. Can you imagine his wife, if they're actually married or if they're just common law because they've been together for so long? Either way, imagine his wife, the way that she feels right now. She trusted this guy, right? They lived together. She brought her children around this guy. And then he goes and he does something bad to this child. Like, what is that woman thinking? Like, why wasn't she enough? Is she not pretty enough? Did she not do enough? Like, why did... Man, she better not be one of those people that are still talking to him saying that, oh, it was just because he was drunk, making excuses, because there's women out there like that, dude.
I'm going to respectfully ask the court to consider imposing that sentence because I believe Mr. Welk is remorseful. I believe that this is not who he is as a person.
That's your
And I'm
job.
hoping when his time is up and he gets out, which, by the way, he's going to be reporting as a sex offender for the rest of his life, so he's going to be under a microscope. He's going to be monitored for the rest of his life.
So if he does that for the rest of his life, I can't really remember, but that has to be under a certain age. I think like 12, 11. So this girl's young.
But I'm hoping that he'll be able to piece things together, make amends with at least part of his family. I don't know if he can ever make full amends with everybody or not. And you're going to hear from him in just a minute, Your Honor. But again, I don't think this is who he is as a person. And I'm going to respectfully ask the court to consider adopting the joint recommendation. Thank you, Your Honor.
So I get that's his job, but this dude doesn't know him like that. All the times that I've ever been locked up and my attorney came and saw me, it was for like 20 minutes at the most. Once or twice before court. So this dude doesn't know this guy enough to be saying that he knows him and he wants to do this, he wants to do that. He might have told his attorney that, but that attorney doesn't know for sure, and the judge and everybody in that room knows exactly what I'm saying. Like, you don't know him enough.
You are required to register in person with the sheriff of the county in which you establish a residency within 3 days of coming into that county, or if temporarily domiciled for more than 3 days. You are also required to register in person with the sheriff of the county in which you establish a place of education immediately upon coming into that county. If you establish a place of education in another state but maintain a residence or temporary domicile here, you are also required to register in person with the sheriff or other appropriate official in that other state immediately upon coming into that state. Failure to register, failure to verify residence at the specified times, or failure to provide notice of change in residence address or other required information as described above will result in a criminal prosecution. Mr. Watson, if you would present this to Mr. Welk for his acknowledgement and signature.
So I'm guessing that's the offender requirements that he's gonna have to do when he gets out, which that's pretty cool right there. So no matter where he moves to, he's gonna have to talk to the sheriff. No matter where he goes to school at, if he wants to continue to do that, he has to talk to the sheriff. And if he lives in one place but goes to school in another place to try to sneak by that, he can't, because he's required to let both places know. No matter where he goes, no matter what he does, he has to let them know.
All right, Mr. Welk, what do you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
First and foremost, I'd like to apologize to the courts for appearing before them today. I'd like to apologize to the victim in this case. I'm not going to use alcohol or drugs as
I don't want to sound mean, but this guy already sounds like he grew up in the hood. Let's just say that. He sounds like he's trying to talk in a way that he shouldn't really be talking. That he wouldn't normally talk like that unless he like really made himself talk like that. Nobody talks like that on purpose.
excuse for anything. However, alcohol was a main factor in this case. But I take full responsibility for my actions because I chose to make the irresponsible decision consuming too much alcohol than I could handle, causing poor, regretful choices leading to my incarceration.
So he's not going to blame the alcohol, but that's what led him to his poor decisions and yeah, whatever. You just need well, I can't even say man up. You lost that card whenever you did what you did, but you need to let your balls hang and go ahead and just admit that you messed up. You need to go get help, and that whatever the judge gives you, that's what he gives you, and you're going to have to do it because that's how remorseful you are. But you're not remorseful. You're just saying these things to try to make this judge give you as little amount of time as possible.
I've read the police reports and feel ashamed, embarrassed, and hurt because that's not the person I am. And I wouldn't be standing here today if I would have just been more responsible. I have 4 younger children that I've let down because of being locked away from them, missing out on watching them grow, having to deal with that as a heartache alone. The only thing I can do now is work on myself while incarcerated, take advantage of all programs they offer, and and become a better man and a better father.
You can hear his voice breaking up, and I guarantee you it's not because of him being sorry. He knows this judge is about to smoke him. He knows, regardless, if they go with the 8 years, he's getting 8 years. If the judge doesn't go with that, he's getting more. That's scaring him. That's all that is.
Not give up doing so. I have to make this my last time in jail, and I cleanse you. I'm sincerely remorseful to my victim in this case, letting her down when I was supposed to be a father figure in her life. I beat myself up over this every day.
I'm sure you do.
Over this, wishing I could take it all back. I just hope she grow up in life and leave this in the past, and that it doesn't affect her future.
You should have
And
never
I'm sorry
done it, bro.
to everyone I caused pain to in this case.
I don't know, man. Those look like some alligator tears to me.
Celeste?
Thank you, Your Honor. One thing that the defendant said today in court, even in his pre-sentence report, that's
So before I go ahead and let her continue, let me tell you something right now. Women in her position are going to try to bury people in his position. Whether she's a mother or not, they have a protective instinct for children, just like men do. But women know that they got to be on top of their game to be respected. In this field, she's about to bury this guy. She's going to bring some stuff out that he didn't tell the judge. Because like I said, he's just trying to make himself sound good in front of the judge.
stood out to me is that he was supposed to be a loving and caring father. And I couldn't agree more with that.
Somebody needs to save those other 4 children, by the way.
He should have been someone that the victim could trust and rely on for protection and guidance. And instead, he used his role as a parental figure to manipulate her, exploit her, and violate her. And while there is a jointly recommended sentence here, the state believes it's essential to highlight not only what the defendant did pre-indictment, but also what he did after his arrest in this case.
Oh, what'd he do?
While incarcerated, he continued to communicate with the victim while in the Lake County Jail. He attempted to guilt and manipulate her by blaming her for her own suicide attempt at the East Lake Jail.
Bro, you gotta be kidding me, man. I don't care what kind of case you have, right? If you're in there for violating somebody else, whether the way he did or beating somebody up, I guarantee you they tell you you're not allowed to talk to that person until after all the court proceedings are done. He's done. And then to try and manipulate her to like not say something or whatever it was he was trying to do, like it's already too late. Even if she would have said, oh no, it didn't happen, the state was going to pick it up and investigate that regardless.
He pressured her to express her feelings to law enforcement about her desires for him to only receive a short sentence. He spoke of wanting to attend counseling together. He emphasized they were a team and told her he loved her, despite being her abuser, despite doing what he did here. And during several of these recorded calls, you can hear the victim crying, further illustrating just the ongoing emotional harm caused by the defendant in his conduct.
Man, this dude is sick. More sick than I thought. That poor girl, man, she tried to end herself because of what this dude did. And then he has the nerve to turn around and try to make it seem like it's her fault somehow. That is gross, man. I hope he gets exactly what he has coming to him when he reaches prison. Well, unless he's already there. I don't know how old this is. I hope he gets exactly what he has coming to him.
This behavior demonstrates his continued disregard for the well-being of the victim, his family, and his ongoing efforts to control her and manipulate her. The defendant today in court said he's remorseful, but in the pre-sentence report, he didn't believe he did anything wrong, and he wants to take this to trial. So I'm not sure what this court can believe. He has a lengthy criminal history, including 4 prior prison numbers and 5 felony cases. And all of this, I think, supports the need for a significant term of incarceration, and respectfully asks this court to impose a jointly agreed sentence of 8 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Why don't you call them?
I mean, after naming all of that, man, I don't think that's a big sentence the way y'all are saying it. It's 8 years? Come on, man. This dude's out of control.
Her after you were in jail?
Because I was told by the detective I was allowed to.
Look at his
call
attitude.
her, I called my wife and she answered the phone.
Look at his attitude
What
already.
contact did you have with her about retracting her statement or modifying her statement?
It wasn't retracting. We talked about counseling, going to counseling and stuff, because that was something that they was talking about making them do, and something she said she didn't want to do.
Well, trying to, whether directly contacting her or contacting her through your wife, was wholly inappropriate.
You're supposed to have zero contact.
Further evidence of you trying to take advantage.
Still preying on her. Still preying on her.
At that young age, like you did when this happened.
And it wasn't alcohol, it was your sickness.
She asked the detective if she could have contact with me when this case was all started.
This guy's full of excuses.
Then when I went to my preliminary hearing on February 11th, I asked the detective and he told me the same thing.
There's no way the detective said you can contact her.
Well, you're experienced enough in the system to have the wisdom that you shouldn't have been contacting her. Okay. In talking to her, having about anything having to do with this case. So, you in your statement, you say you apologize to her, but then in the pre-sentence report, you talk about how you don't believe you did everything you're accused of doing and wanted to take this to trial. What's that all about?
I don't remember exactly what I said, Your Honor, but what I was saying was I don't have recollection of what happened the night of, so I wasn't admitted to, I don't know what happened.
Of course you don't.
So did you or didn't you do this stuff?
Yes.
You make no sense.
And I gotta tell you, it doesn't get much worse than this kind of stuff.
I understand.
And I would note in the record that in 2009 or 2010, sentenced to prison on a burglary, released on judicial release, and then returned to prison after a violation of the judicial release. You were released January 7th of 13. You went back to prison on another case on May 1st of 13 and got out in August. Went to prison on an attempted burglary, trespass in a habitation, breaking and entering, June 23 of 16 through August 5 of 18. A whole bunch of
He just keeps getting in trouble.
offenses.
Yeah, he just keeps doing whatever he wants.
Between that last prison sentence and where you are today, so
Oh,
got a
Judge.
lifetime of criminal activity, but none worse than what has occurred here.
Yeah.
I've reviewed the pre-sentence report.
Just keeps getting worse and worse.
And the victim impact statement. I consider what
He just keeps getting worse and worse. He has no boundaries. It just keeps going, and everything gets worse, worse, and worse every time he goes.
you have said, what counsel has said. And I've also considered that they've made a joint recommendation of 96 months.
Which I believe is the 8 years.
So on count, and I considered all the provisions in 29, 29, 11, 29, 29, 12, 13, and 14. Consideration of all that on count 5, I'm going to sentence you to a term of 60 months. On count 6, I'm going to sentence you to a term of 60 months. It will be consecutive to one another.
Ooh.
Credit for 143 days. consecutive sentences are necessary to protect the public from future crime by you
There he goes.
and for appropriate
Sit
punishment.
down. Get out, man. Come on, man.
Sit
What the fuck
down.
you mean, man?
Stay down.
No, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. No, fuck took my money back, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get me out of here. Get me out of here, man. Get me out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here.
And
No, man. Get me out of here. Get me out of here, man. What the fuck you mean, nigga? Get me the fuck out of here.
That better not be his wife that's yelling for him to stop and behave in the background. That would piss me off.
Man, get me the fuck out of here, man. Let me get my life. Get me out of here, man. Just take me to the sheriff. Okay, we're ready to sheriff. All right. Let's see the warrant.
Put me on your visiting list. Judge, get him out of the courtroom. Out. Get out. Out of the courtroom. This changes nothing. They'll read it without you.
all right, consecutive sentences are necessary to protect the public from future crime by
Told
the
you.
defendant and for appropriate punishment. And they are very proportionate to the seriousness of the conduct and the danger he poses to the public.
Oh, he poses a danger.
And his history of criminal conduct demonstrates that consecutive sentences are necessary to protect the public from future crime by the
Yep.
defendant. Costs are assessed, the remaining charges are dismissed. Anything else, Ms. Alicia?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
That's it.
Mr.
Thank you,
Watson?
Judge.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, we're adjourned.
All right.
And that's the end of that video. So he ended up getting 2 60-month consecutive sentences. So I think they said they wanted to give him like 84 or something. So he only ended up getting 120. I wish he would have got more than that. I believe that's 10 years. So he freaked out just for 2 more extra years. I don't know. He's lucky he didn't get like more than that. I feel like he should have got like 20 or something to really make him want to change from ever doing that again. I don't know who that is in the background. I really hope that that's not his wife, because she was yelling, "Behave! Put me on your me and somebody else on your visiting list." I don't know. That's just really weird. But then again, you have to understand. Family is usually going to stick by you because they're your family. I mean, some might not, but most of the time, 9 times out of 10, your family is going to stick by you, right? So I'm hoping that's just his family and not his wife, because if the wife is continuing a relationship with this guy after what he did to her daughter, and the only excuse he has is that he drank too much, then those kids need to be taken away from her and him, because they're both sick. But I appreciate y'all coming and watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this reaction video. I have another one coming out tomorrow. Let me know in the comments. You could send me the link to a video you want me to react to. I'm cool with that. So just let me know, and I'll go ahead and get it done. I appreciate everybody coming and watching. Until next time, like always, stay tuned.
Leroy Brown beats on the track.